Hello, Taurus. This is Marley with Fawn and Fire Intuitive. I hope you guys are doing awesome. This reading is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, please check out my other videos for your Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. Maybe one of those will resonate with you more. It is so important with tarot that you use your own intuition, because some of the energies that come out could be interpreted a little bit differently in your own life, since this is a collective reading. Also, if it doesn't resonate with you, like I said, just check out another video, because often these readings are tuning into the collective consciousness, or if there's a really important message, it could only be tuning into, a specific group of Tauruses. If you want a more personalized reading, my information's in the box below. Also, at the end of this video, I really want to tell you guys about something that I'm really excited about that I'm going to be doing, so please stick around. I did pull the tarot, actually the oracle cards already, and then I'm going to be using my zombie tarot. Okay, so let's see. First, we'll see what your sacred geometry cards are. Okay, so we have communication, number 14, transition, number 43, synergy, number 41, universal love, number 44, and then compassion, number 15. Okay, and then your spirit animal oracles, we have the turtle spirit, number 62, slow and steady wins the race. We have another 4 here, the badger spirit, be fearless and bold. And then we have the canary spirit in the reverse, number 12, sing your own song. Okay, interesting. So obviously, anytime we're in like a 6-month cycle, we're always in transition. So you have the card transition here, and the fact that it's coming out, even though it's a 6-month cycle, it seems like it's pretty significant. Okay, and it could be for some of you, it is in your ascension process, because I'm noticing this almost like snake like geography, really helping you tune into your personal power. And there's so much green. I'm really feeling it. There's so much about your heart chakra right now. There's an aspect of this where you're learning to let go and surrender to the process of a transition, okay? And to be able to allow transition with ease and grace, rather than having it like pried from your hands. For some of you, I feel like there's certain things that you've really wanted to change, that you've really wanted to, have work out in your life more easily, more gracefully, like without having to force it. There could be something that you've been struggling with. And then we have synergy here. And this card says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of the not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar, so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. So for some of you, I'm feeling, if there's something you've been struggling with, and this could be something big or something small, it could be like a habit that you've been wanting to break, you're gonna start, it's almost like the universe, because you've been setting intentions for this, it's gonna start bringing along things that you might be like, if you're strong in that Taurus energy, you have a lot of it in your chart, with a lot of air in your chart, it could be like, no, that's stupid, I'm not going to look at that. But you're being encouraged to try something new. If there's something you've been struggling with and you're wanting to transition, you're not wanting to stay the same, you're wanting to change, then it's important to try something new. If it hasn't been working, it's important to try something new. Then we have the number 44 here, universal love. I almost feel like this is moving into a different message, okay? I feel like that was one message, even though it still applies, because it's almost like with this synergy, transition, synergy, universal love, compassion, and communication. It seems, Taurus, like this next 6 months, it's really important for you to be able to kind of open up your heart and relate to people and communicate with people with compassion. I want to find out why. before I move on to the rest. I feel for some of you, there are certain things that you want in your life. It could be that habit that you're wanting to break. It could be a certain type of relationship, okay? And our relationships do reflect back on us who we are being. Now, you might think, oh, well, the person that I want, I treat them great. But if you're treating other people or not communicating compassionately with other people, it's going to reflect throughout your life, okay? I'm being brought back to that S again, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. And the same goes, a lot of times that could be happening because you're not communicating with yourself compassionately. Like if you are telling yourself, I'm not good enough. If I was only there, then I could have that. If you're super focused on the obstacles and super focused on past failures, or if you shut out people who might be like trying to help or that are actually communicating to you with compassion, but because it might hit a nerve, you get like, oh, get away from me. You know, it seems like a lot is being really able to open yourself up to speak truthfully, authentically, and from the heart. Speaking from the feeling, speaking from kind of a vulnerable place. Yeah, with this sing your own song in reverse, the card is blue and yellow. So that represents our throat chakra, which is blue, and our solar plexus, which is so much about our personal power and what we believe about ourselves and how we treat ourselves. That is the solar plexus, okay? And when our solar plexus is blocked, it disconnects our head from our heart in a way. So we might not trust our own intuition. If we're not able to have this open heart space, speak our truth, it blocks our third eye and our crown chakra a lot. So then we are just stuck kind of regurgitating like our subliminal thoughts, our thoughts from yesterday, things we've heard. We become almost parrots in a way rather than singing our own song. And we can, it's almost like we can get to a place where we don't trust our intuition to make decisions. So we become heavily reliant on outside advice, which can be very tainted for your own soul's evolution and journey. And I mean, it's always good. It's good to be in a teachable place and to be searching out information. We have the Three of Hazards, which represents learning. And then the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we have the Four of Hazards in reverse. Along with the Four of Swords in reverse, and four here is coming out so much. Okay, so the Four of Swords is kind of the thoughts that are pervasively in our mind, the thoughts we have the most often, and especially, you know, in this, I can't help but notice he's laying down in bed, he's going to sleep. That time when you are falling asleep, what you are thinking about is so important because it gets ingrained in your subconscious mind, okay? And so sometimes the easiest thing you can do is intend, like, you know, I want to start speaking to myself nicer. I want to actually have an open heart and be able to communicate my truth in a way that doesn't hurt people or doesn't make me feel weak or silly, but, you know, does really connect my heart to what I'm speaking and to so that I can really access my intuition more. The good news is it's really showing you're learning. This is so weird, Taurus. It's such a abstract mess. I mean, it's not really abstract. It's pretty practical. It's like it literally saying you're learning to slow down communication that comes from negative thoughts and past pain and let down your guard. It's so crazy because he's totally in isolation right there with like kids looking inside, like letting down that protective guard. Like, you know, if there's a part of you that's like afraid of being generous or afraid of lack, you're letting that go in the next 6 months. You're really like, I mean, some Tauruses that I know are just like the most loving people, but also with being an earth sign with all that love and a fixed earth sign, they can move very slow and be hesitant to change and bristle a little if they open up, and then if they feel hurt or misunderstood, you know. Anyway, I'm going off topic now. We have the Chariot in reverse and the Sun in reverse. Okay, so this isn't, okay, for some of you, those of you like really trying to break a habit, it's not like this fast victory. There's going to be certain aspects of yourself that you're pulling together. And that's one of those things, free will trumps tarot. You want it to be in fast, intend for it to be fast, and just be willing to follow the inspired action for it to happen. But we have the Sun in reverse, okay? So, this just means like you're getting a yes on the things you want. It just could be a little bit delayed. And there's an aspect of needing to face your duality. The Chariot card's really been speaking to me lately about pulling together both sides of duality. All potential energy is equal parts negative and positive, okay? And where we focus that energy, the direction we push the Chariot, that Chariot's gonna have victory. So it's very important to make sure that even if you're waiting for the sun to break, that you are communicating compassionately with yourself, that you're keeping your thoughts positive, and that you're communicating to the other people in your life in a positive way. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to say about this that I haven't quite hit on yet, but it just really seems like there is a way for you to have it all, okay? There's a way for you to have it all. Believe in yourself. This isn't about taking the lead in a way to feel powerful. Taurus, for some of you Tauruses out there, a message that I'm getting through really strong. Some of you maybe have saved a lot, or you do have a lot of, you have extra, and you're being encouraged, like, connect to that heart, see who needs it, be willing to give away some of what you have saved, because what you get out, you will get it back. You will get it back, okay? I have so many stories in my life where even if I was down at my last penny and I gave, you know, and sometimes maybe you could block yourself off, like, I'm too busy and I have to focus on that and I have to focus on that. But there is an aspect of compassion in the ability, in how you communicate. And especially Taurus, if you're someone trying to manifest something, whether it's breaking a habit or you're trying to manifest love or abundance. So the squirrel, like, his empire is all his acorns he saves up for winter, right? But it's one acorn at a time. It's one acorn at a time. And if you're trying to get to like this specific outcome, but then the universe brings in like, okay, well, you want to be a millionaire. How do you treat this person who needs money? Like, you say, okay, let me win the lottery, I'll give to people. How do you treat the people who have lack around you, or could need your time, need your friendship, need provision? One acorn at a time. We have think on your feet in reverse, okay, the fox spirit, and it's the number 9. And what I'm feeling for some of you Taurus, it's very important that sometimes with this skunk spirit, know your worth in reverse, sometimes you rationalize things, justify things, judge things based on deep-seated insecurity, okay? So you think on your feet and you figure out how to finagle, and you could be dealing with somebody like this, but there are certain times where I'm just feeling this for some Tauruses, but you get your power off of like, haha, I got that by you. Or Like, oh, it's just, you know, whatever habit you're trying to break. Oh, it's like you justify it. You feel like you deserve something even though it goes against what you're actually trying to create. And that's something that the cards are saying in the next 6 months. The Empress, Taurus energy, beautiful Taurus energy. This is about birthing something new, planting that seed, and you want your seed to be in healthy soil. Okay, like your thoughts and your actions can choke out a really great seed that was meant to produce something in your life. All right, you want to be consistent with the seeds that you've planted, and you want to plant them in good soil. Okay, and just be willing to go slow and steady and consistent, and be fearless and bold. You know, speak your truth. It's okay to set boundaries, but with compassion and universal love. That vibration of love and above, that's what I'm going to talk about at the end of this. That is the vibration where you manifest the quickest, because it's above, it's at unconditional love that you actually start to tap into source consciousness, where instead of being in the collective consciousness, which sometimes can be like the you know, the waves of the sea, you move up to this, like you tap in, and all of a sudden you can bring things into your life very quickly. Like, I've had some like crazy miracles recently that I'm just like, whoa. And that 4 with the 4-4 there, you know, and with that other, so with those other 4s, it's like, let down the walls of your heart, get your thought life right, use that time before bed when you're visualizing, and then be fearless and bold and kind of stay the course. All right. And then with this, sing your own song in reverse. All right, we have a Knight of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles. So that can be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But the energies behind that is, you know, I was saying be consistent. Like that in and out energy, it's not really like nurturing yourself. And whether that energy is towards yourself or towards someone else, it's not nurturing like the seed. Okay, and then we have the star here, Aquarius, but needing to heal and to get focused on your goal in a way that actually is coming from love and compassion and allowing things to come together, coming from flow, not blocking flow, which would be that 4 of Pentacles energy, like keeping everything for yourself, having a lack mentality. There's never enough time, there's not enough energy, there's not enough money, I'm not good enough. We have the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords, which they're both about, you know, what you're looking at, your focus, and what you're passionate about, but they're both in reverse along with the Knight of Wands. It's almost like your thoughts and your words and your actions might not be focused. It's like you might know, like, I really want this. This is what I want my life to look like. But your thoughts and your actions and the things you look at might like go against that 100% or 80% or 5%, who knows. Yeah. This is like a whole nother story coming out here. All right, let's see what these, I will go into that, but I'm going to pull some love oracle cards because we didn't really get anything love. So we have the Animal. I'm hearing nature versus nurture, the Medallion, and then the Seed. We've talked a lot about planting the seed. Okay, so, you know, the Animal can really represent almost like our reptilian brain in a way, like survival of the fittest, and it's almost like chasing after a, okay, there's 2 things coming out here. So for some Tauruses, I'm going to start with the positive. you have like a wolf or a dog spirit animal really trying to give you a gift right now, okay? And I'm getting chills even as I say that. You're being encouraged, even though you can't see the promotion yet, or even though you can't see like the union yet, you're not left out in the cold, okay? This card's so interesting. It's like someone handing someone a necklace, and then we have this like wolf with blue eyes. That might be significant too. We have the Lovers in reverse. That can represent Gemini. I'm sorry, okay, sorry, Taurus. I'm back. I was like thinking too much. Okay, here's the thing. Make sure that you're focused on the gift that you want, okay? Not clinging to it, not obsessive, but do you see this 8 of Pentacles? It's a head, like kept on a shelf, disconnected from the heart. You, Taurus, next 6 months, get comfortable with your emotions. Get comfortable with what you feel. You're not weak for having feelings. You're not weak for having needs. You're not weak for maybe not having all the answers. You are good enough, okay? Because somehow you're robbing yourself of things that would actually really satisfy you. They're part of your soul's growth, and it's a choice. Like the difference between both the Lovers and the Devil are, you know, reduced down to 6 in the major arcana. And so it's either this like freedom, this choice, synergy, like opposites coming together, something that brings you growth and expansion, or it's bondage. And I think I think you already know. I think some of you are really trying to let go of certain bondages in your life, and it's like you're so close. Now just like go all in. All right, I'll pull some love cards. Some Tauruses, you know, it's like you could be hyper focused on family and you know, for some of you, you're just in a stalemate. You're in this stalemate, and that is what is causing the energy not to move quickly. It's showing you're able to have like some major breakthroughs quickly, but it's like you've got to change your perspective. Because certain things in your environment, even though they bring a measure of satisfaction, they aren't like moving you towards what you have put out into the universe that you want ultimately. Okay, so you want to make sure your environment is set up for your success as well. You end up being most like, you know, the 5 people you hang out with the most. So you might want to vary that if you're trying to reach certain goals. If you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to be around people. I mean, you do want to be around them, but you also need to integrate some people who can encourage you in that area, or that you can get strength in that area, or whatever area. Tell me about Taurus's love life. Okay. So Taurus, we have attraction in reverse. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Then we have deception in reverse, taking off false masks. And that's a lot to do with that heart chakra and throat chakra, you know, maybe not overthinking so much about like everything or the future or how you might appear, but actually just really working on, you know, being more authentic and open. We have give your relationship a chance, religious factors in the reverse, and engagement in reverse. Some of you might be in a relationship that you just know isn't going to go to another level, but you are willing to work on it. Others of you We have Aries, Scorpio, Sagittarius coming out. It's almost, some of you, it's like your relationships are out of balance right now because you are a little on guard, not open in the heart chakra. Like somehow it's like you don't want to be made a fool out of, so you're not like chasing after, like someone could even be offering you something, but you feel like, no, like if I act like I want it, then it's like like I feel like they're, like it makes you feel weak for some reason. Some of you are looking back at the past. And looking back at the past, it could be at a fire sign, but it's kind of blocking you. You know, if you are in a situation, be on guard if you're in a situation where someone does make you chase. Like, be careful if you just are thinking that, you know, because you know that you're kind of avoidant towards love. You know if that's you. But if someone has, especially a fire sign, has been making you feel like, in order to be good enough, you kind of have to like work for it, that's not good. Because we do have an Emperor in reverse here. Somebody who is narcissistic and just wanted sex, you know, and then didn't want to like deal with the trouble. And then we have that Devil energy and the Three of Swords in reverse. So that's a different situation. That's somebody in a third party situation who just doesn't end it because they don't want to like regret one day if they do end it. For some of you Tauruses, there's a real need to let go of a past situation, okay? It could be really overwhelming your thoughts. It could be with an air sign. You know, it might be like, oh, well, it's peaceful. There's not a lot of fighting, but there's also not a lot of connection, like it seems like. All right, Taurus, I hope that was helpful. It seems like it's good. It's actually a really good thing. It seems like Tauruses are in a few different places right now, which was kind of why there was a lot of stories coming out, which is a good thing. It means, you know, some of you are really separating away from the collective consciousness and rising into your own power and needing, you know, messages with a lot of deeper spiritual truth, and really like you're really focused on a goal. So messages coming out that are really guiding you towards that. And then, you know, it was almost like there were 3 or 4 different places that Taurus is in right now, which is interesting. Okay, so again, if you're looking for a personal reading, my information's in the box below. And then I just want to tell you, I'm starting a Love and Above subscription group. It'll be monthly based because I wanted to do something that was affordable for everyone. But it's really to work on your ability to manifest, on your spiritual ascension, your vibration, so that you can, first off, feel better. Second, be able to manifest quickly, because the higher our vibration gets, we, you know, tap into that God consciousness, and we can actually start to manifest things very quickly because we're coming from a place of love and acceptance. And then there will be all sorts of stuff. I'm going to do readings there just for the group, and I also get a lot of channeled messages that I don't necessarily feel comfortable sharing on YouTube, but I will share them there. And then we'll have challenges each week to help us kind of be accountable to one another and get our life going in the way that we want it to go, along with certain things about astrology. There's going to be a lot, but it will definitely be for those of you interested in really like harnessing your own power and seeing it, you know, not only being able to connect to higher dimensions and really starting to understand spirituality and exploring that, but also having the things that you want solidify into your life here in the 3D. Okay, so again, my website's in the box below, or shoot me an email if you're interested in hearing about that. Okay, Taurus, thanks. Bye.